so you're on RM8. RM8. And we are looking at the speed of migratory animals. Okay, and those of you following along and listening to the screencast, you're going to notice that I'm probably going to show you the questions without you necessarily being able to see the graph at the whole time. But anyway, on the graph, first of all, guys, is it a distance versus time or a velocity versus time graph? This is a distance versus time graph. So straight lines on a distance versus time graph are going to represent objects that are moving at a constant velocity. Okay, so question number 1 is, which animal has the fastest speed? The goose. How do you know? The line is steepest. There you go. Okay. Number 2 says, which animal travels 5 kilometers in 15 minutes? Well, this would be the 15-minute mark right here. This is the 5-kilometer mark right here. So which one's closest to hitting that mark?
Butterfly.
Yeah, the butterfly, monarch butterfly. Number 5 says, by the way, 3 and 4 you're going to do on your own. What is the speed in kilometers per hour of the monarch butterfly at 60 minutes? Well, monarch butterfly, first of all, is the dotted line. At 60 minutes, go up and then go over. How many kilometers has that butterfly flown in 60 minutes? 20. That is like a very energetic butterfly. I don't know of any butterfly that can fly that fast, but okay, whatever. If they say it, I'll believe it. But if the butterfly flies 20 kilometers in 60 minutes, what is that in kilometers per hour? This is a trick question. It's obvious. 60 minutes is equivalent to 1 hour. So if it flies 20 kilometers in 60 minutes, it flies 20 kilometers in 1 hour. So what is its speed in kilometers per hour? 20 kilometers per 1 hour. Trick question. Everybody got it? Number 6. We're going to do number 6 together because I really just don't love number 6. I don't think that they really worded it great. So we're just going to definitely eliminate some things that we don't like. Number 6 says, which of the following statements best describes the velocity of a migrating Canadian goose? Well, velocity implies that we're going to have a direction. Okay. So first of all, go up and read. Canadian goose at 60 minutes is right here. Does everybody see that? And to me, that looks more like about 48 or so. And it does say approximately, but really, when we read the graph, it's closer to like 47 or 48 kilometers per hour. So that's why I don't love answer A, because you can get more exact than that. Why don't I love B? It gives me a direction. The goose migrates to the north in the summer and the south in the winter. But there's no what? The other part of, okay, so what are the two parts of velocity? Direction. What's the other part? Do what? Ooh. Do you remember this? Okay. So, did they give us a direction on choice B? Yes. Did they give you a speed, though? No. No speed. frowny face. On C, the Canadian goose travels 48 kilometers an hour during its yearly migration. Why don't I love choice C? There's no direction this time. There you go. No direction. Another frowny face. And then D says the Canadian goose travels approximately 15 kilometers an hour faster than migrating hummingbirds. If you look very carefully again on the graph, it's more like 12 or 13 kilometers an hour faster. So again, I think they can be more exact. They're probably wanting you to pick A, but again, I kind of took an issue with A because I'm like, really? It's more like 47, 48 if you read the graph. So here's what I did. I'm going to put a big smiley face with my tongue sticking out because I just don't like that question very much. How do you get credit for question number 6 when you turn this in? You make sure you have the same little notations that I do, okay? Okay, on this graph, guys, how many different parts do you see? Okay, I would agree with that. There's this part between A and B. There's the part between B and C. There's between C and D. And, oops. There's this part from D all the way to F. Okay? Number 1, between which 2 points does the object stop? Between C and D. How do I know? Because the line is horizontal. Because a horizontal line on a distance versus time graph means no motion. Number 2. Between which 2 points does the object have the greatest speed? A. Why? Okay, between A and B? Because the line is steepest. Number 3, you're going to have to do on your own. Number 4, at which point does the object change direction? It is similar to what's going on this graph. Okay? No, at which point? Like which letter? One letter. Which letter? At which letter does it change directions? B. Okay. So your description of what's going on between points A and B and C, there's some space for you to do that. Calculate the speed at point E. How are you going to do that? Here's what you do. Can you calculate the speed of this object from D to F? How do you do that? Calculate its slope. There you go. But Ms. Goff, that doesn't include point E. Yes, it does, because E is right in the middle of that line segment, right? So when you find the speed of this whole part, you find the speed at point E because the speed is the same for that whole red section. Okay, I'm not going to do that part for you either. You can do that, though, yourself with the hints. Okay? So the rest of the packet is for you to finish on your own. Okay?